We now have another presentation, a special presentation by a person who's a designer, a textile designer at that, mentor and consultant in fashion-related fields. She uses our heritage, India's heritage, as a starting point and the ending point for all her design inspirations, reliving the classic design fundamentals of the country. Her collections are understated, dignified, and are elegance personified through fabrics and product innovation. Her label and brand, Krishna Mehta, launched in 1988, is one of the fastest growing designer brands in India and available at over 30 outlets across the country. A philanthropist with a commitment to mentally and developmentally challenged children, she explores several avenues to create employment and generate revenue for organizations that work with these special groups. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Creative Director Brand Krishna Mehta and Founder Member Fashion Design Council of India, Ms. Krishna Mehta.
Hello everybody. Such a joy to be back here. I'm also a student. With great pride I would say that even I'm a student here from the 78, 79 batch, and I did my fashion designing here. And you are a big inspiration for me because when I look back I would say, there I was, and here you are. You're going to be here. Today we begin, we've got great speakers who've spoken at length about a lot of things, and I would say said that Sister was the first one who was so inspiring, and she's always been a big strength, a big strength and a big force behind all the changes that are coming up. I have just started knowing her from my association with the Sophias. But when she talked about what we can do as students is something that I felt was really touching, because like Kumar said, that what is going to happen to us, one doesn't know. If we do not start looking after our planet now, we need to start doing this. I made a small presentation here, and what I mean is when people talk about sustainability, everybody says sustainability is doing this, doing that. Here I'm talking about what sustainability means to us as students, sustainability means to us as individuals. So, here it says that what makes a brand sustainable? Tomorrow, you're going to be working for brands, or Kumar can open doors for us. We will make own brands. I hope you keep up to your word, sir, and let us come and knock on your doors, and you look after us and our brands, and let us flourish also under your big umbrella. But when we're looking at our brands, what is it that makes a brand sustainable? Today I'm talking about my own brand, or we talk about all the brands that you're going to be making. It's something that I wish to do good for the environment. I'm only talking from level of the startup that we are thinking, that today if I want to start my brand, I want to make bags or shoes or belts or whatever. Think about it, that what is it that I can do to make it sustainable? All over the world, this is like the biggest thing that people are talking about. Mr. Modi goes and talks about it in the UN, or everybody goes and talk about sustainability. So you need to think and see what is it that people are talking about. If I'm having a brand, what is that little difference that I can make to make my brand sustainable? And I should do something good. But what is good? So let's look at the next slide, which says that what is good that makes a brand sustainable? So if a brand that is meeting the needs of the present, whatever you want today, it's meeting that need. But at the same time, it is not compromising on the future. So this is something that is very important. Whatever you do today, think about what is going to happen tomorrow. When we remember our mothers, when there were things that were torn, mom used to always sit and mend, patch. So think about things in a very different way. You are like little scientists sitting, learning here. You have got so many options open to you because you are creators. And the world is in your hands. The world is in the hand of creators. So I'm talking to you because I am also a part of you, and I want you to think yourself as being a person who's going to be able to propel this change. So what is it that we can do? 3 ways Again, as already was mentioned earlier, that it can be socially. We've got to be socially responsible when we talk about the people that we work, people that we employ, or even if you're going to be employed somewhere tomorrow when you come out. So you have to put yourself that how is it that I'm going to make the difference? When you're going to be employed somewhere, you need to look at the social environment. How are your workers being treated? How are you being treated? Because this all is going to go hand in hand along with with the completing of the whole circle. The second thing is, of course, the environment. What is the kind of water that you waste? It's very simple things. I'm not even talking from a very high-tech level. I'm talking from a level that you can do. How do you start from your house? When you were sustainable, you can take it further. You're the person who's going to be able to make a change. So I am talking about what is it that you can do? How can you save your environment? You can always maybe start from electricity. Like sisters already, when we were talking about your institute, is one of the pioneers who's put all the solar panels. That is one small thing. How do you start your initiative yourself from your home? Think about whatever you're going to do in your field of work that you're going to choose. How is it that you're going to make your garments which is going to make that difference? Because that is what is going to make you stand out. Because if you are like one of them, you are like one of them. You need to start thinking of new ways, creating new ways of working, of making a production. Maybe you make only hand-stitched garments. All these things are special. Whenever you do something special, people will stand up and look at you. So think about whatever you do, you don't pollute the environment. And the third thing is, of course, economical. You need to make sure that you do things that are not crazily expensive. So how do you do this? Is all in your hands as a designer, and you have to think about it to be able to push this whole movement of sustainability forward. We go to the next slide, where we're going to see the various aspects of sustainable brands. What is it when a brand says, I'm sustainable? What is it that they are doing? Why we need to know this? Because we need to do something that is going to be like design when we design as designers. These are the main things according to me. If I'm a designer, I'm thinking of sustainability. What is it that I'm going to do? Even if I'm sitting at my house, I want to make garments with zero wastage. For example, if you've made a fabric, the colors have gone wrong, it's very easy to maybe, I don't know, you learn a lot of dyeing and all those things. It's various examples that you can do that, you can reuse that fabric in different way. You can cut up, you can make frills, you can do tie and dye, change one color, do other colors, but ensure that whatever you make is not wasted. There's so many times we make garments, there's no use of it. So make sure that whenever you design, you keep these things in mind as young designers of tomorrow, that we are responsible for the world and it is in our hands to make this change. Because if Kumar is saying that we are the second polluter of the world, I mean, besides oil, then we are the persons who can also make the biggest difference. The oil companies cannot, but we can, because we are thinkers, we are creators. It is in our hand to change and start making this change. It starts with your design. Think and always design with zero waste in your mind. And you need to champion other causes also, not just the designing, but you need to see what is it that you're not polluting. You need to use dyes, you need to use colors, which does not make extra pollution. Or you're looking at human rights when I talk to you about the other things. All this go as a part of the sustainability thing. It is not just the carbon footprint. Yes, that is very important. But as an individual, you need to ensure that whatever footprint you are putting is green, and eventually every green footprint is going to enhance the green footprint of the world. Let's go to the next slide when we're talking about how do you recognize when you're out in the market, you're designing something. How would people know that your brand is sustainable? How would they know that we should buy your brand? Because tomorrow, everybody is going to talk about sustainability, which is started right now. And it's going to be a big thing. You need to be there to sell your merchandise more than ever. You need to be there to sell yourself more than anybody else. How do you do this? Or when you're in the market, what is it? How do you know that I want to buy this, if it is sustainable or not? First of all, you need to see if it's using natural fibers. Why we say natural fibers? Because today, when you put natural fibers, it goes back. The fashion is going in a full circle. I mean, you could burn a fabric which is made out of pure fabrics, and it can be put back as manure as well. So if nothing goes to waste, so you need to see that you are making something or you are buying something which is natural. When you do this, you are helping propelling this movement. You need to see if it is recycled. There's so many people here, like Madame here is sitting here, and she makes a lot of recycled fabric, she was telling me. So how is it? This is made from recycled fabrics. You cut two different fabrics, torn, two dupattas, put them together, and you make a garment. I made this, I wore this just because I wanted you to see that how can you design something which is recycled. This is a fully recycled garment. You need to think, you need to design things that are like this, and sell is easy. Organic, of course, and other thing is fabrics, material which are made in a responsible manner. There's so many brands we say that we're making responsible fabrics. So maybe if you go and buy those fabrics and make garments out of them, you will help the economy and the green footprint of the world. Let's go to the next slide. When we're talking about fashion and sustainability, we are all fashion designers. Everybody talks about sustainability, and we are fashion designers. How do we make ourselves sustainable is something also very important to know. So here I'm looking at, when on one side you say fashion is sexy, it's got to be moving, it's got to be exclusive. So when you talk about things which are fast moving, again, like you will say that every week you need a new collection. Do you need a new collection every week? Do you need to make clothes that are maybe sexy and that maybe made of frivolous fabrics that are not natural? It's necessary now to think in a very responsible manner, and you can. And people who think responsibility is not necessary that you will be out of business. If you are standing there making a difference, people will stand up and look at you. I keep on repeating that. So how do you look at sustainability? You start something which is made with care, which is made slowly, which is made in a responsible manner. You can make it slowly, you can make hand-stitched garments. There is room for hand embroideries. There's room for going to the rural areas, working with the women, giving them more employment. When you're doing all these things, ask Ruma Devi. She stood out because she did things in a different way. You need to make your difference, make your mark, make your footprint in this world by doing things differently. Think out of the box, think differently, think what you designers can do, think of how you can make a difference. Don't think like a herd mentality. We do not follow herd, we are not cattle, we are humans. We are not going to follow the next lamb or the sheep or the cow that's in front of us. We're going to make our own path, walk on our own path, think in our own way. That is going to be the pride of each Sophia student. Are you all with me? Yes. Bravo. Let us go to the next slide again and look at what will I do as an individual. So, we are looking at, we need to ask ourselves, are we chasing fantasies, or is buying more clothes making happier? Whenever today we have a function, we have an event, we have to think so much. What shall I wear? What shall I wear? Shall I wear this? Shall I wear that? Most of our time is going and thinking of how I want to dress to make an impression. Let's go to the next slide and see that sustainability is not just buying brands. It's not necessary that you need to have a Louis Vuitton or a Chanel or a La 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 branded all over you. You stand up for yourself with your personality, and you are the biggest brand ambassador of yourself. Remember that. So you don't need to spend oodles for brands. Make your brand, which is going to be our own self, which is going to be our own style. And don't follow brands. And then you will be doing your own bit towards making this a sustainable place to be in. And then what else can we do? So can we have the next slide, please? So here, it's just some pointers that we can do as individuals, we can do as students, as designers, to make a difference whenever you want to buy the next outfit. I know that I'm cutting, I'm also, this is like axing my own legs also, because today we also want to sell more merchandise. But if we all start thinking, it's going to be really selfish thinking. I want this movement to start, and I really hope Sophia's will be pioneers, all of us will be pioneers in this movement. And we will not only just talk about it, but we will live it and we will breathe it. Here we start working on it from today. I'm looking at, whenever you're looking at buying one more thing, you have a party, you have an event to go to, wait, stop, think. Do I really need to buy? Can I wait? Can I not buy this right now? You heard how many thousands of liters of water has gone and made that one piece of garment. I even forget the zeros that are there, you know. When these big conglomerates talk about numbers like this, no, we are used to numbers like this. So I don't understand those numbers. I only talk about measurements like that. But you really need to think, do I need to spend on that? How much has gone in, how much material has been wasted, nature has been wasted in making that extra garment. Do I need it? Think about it. Secondly, shop things that you really, really need. I bought a dress. I need to buy shoes, I need to buy a bag, this belt doesn't go, I need this. Stop it. What are we doing? Let's start to think now. Because you can make the difference. I keep repeating. You can make the difference. And you need to start doing it. We need to start doing it. Don't keep running for new outfits or special events. As I've always said, don't buy accessories or makeup again. You already have one lipstick. It's light pink, it's dark pink, it's darker pink, it's darker pink. Maybe you can just go for a dark pink and a light pink and you can be there. Because you're looking at how much of nature that is going. Yeah, you all agree to me. I know this. So try and think about all this, because this is also a part of revolution. You need to start the revolution, and it will start with you. And don't get tempted to buy substandard quality. When I say substandard quality, you have cheap fabrics. You have one more. You go to Colaba Causeway and you see one pant. He said, "Madam, le lo, last hai, boni, finish karta hai, hum, 25 rupees mein de deta hai, 50 mein de deta hai." And you say, "Come on, it's so cheap, let's get it." Stop all that. Do you really need it? How many pants are we sitting like this in our closet? Do you know what has gone into making that extra pant? Why should you do it? Think about it. As individuals, let's start becoming more responsible, and this is going to be helping in being sustainable. When we make clothes, when I say that do it with hand, it's going to be more expensive. Doesn't matter. Buy one instead of two, but buy best. Go for something which is quality. Quality will endure. You've got a good quality garment, it will wear you, it will stay with you for an X amount of washes. You need to wash the garment 30 times at least before you dispose it. Think about it. Before you buy, wait. Look at the quality. Turn the garment upside down. Look at the seams. We are designers. We know what good quality is. Don't get sucked into something which is substandard. You need to wear something. When you wear something, people should look at it. Why? Because it's special. Don't buy something because it is cheap. Don't buy something because you just got a good deal. No. We are not people who believe in deals. We will make the deal only with the best. So that's what we will start working towards. And let's go to the next slide, please. We're coming towards an end so that we can quickly go in for our lunch. But again, some more things that I say, that what should we do as individuals. I'm looking at all the things I have said, that you need to buy something that you're going to wear it minimum 30 times. Count. If you've not worn it 30 times, then you cannot buy another garment. It's something we need to look at. We can look at the garments with top quality, which last longer, you pay better. The person who's making those garments is going to bless you because they have worked hard to make a garment which is maybe made in a sustainable way. And you can look at care. How do you make garments or you buy garments that you can hand wash? You don't need to send them to dry cleaners where so many chemicals are used. You don't need to run them through a washing machine where there's tons of water that is going to wash one garment. You buy garments that can be air dried so that you save the environment. So think about all these little things which is going to make the difference, that you will be making the difference. And the last thing, of course, is mending, over-dyeing. You know, when the shirt is becoming yellow, bleach it. Or over-dye it in another color. Think about so many things that you can do and make the garment look different. If it's torn, mend it. If the jeans are torn from one side, tear it from the other side. It's cool. But this is the way you go on. Let's go on to the next side. And let's look at how do we conclude here. Sir, we conclude again. So, donate. Whatever you're not wearing it. If you've not worn it 30 times, you don't want to wear it, you will donate it. Today, everybody is wearing a green bag. Only the people who wear green bags. Here, let me see that. We're all going to go today. Wow, we have a huge hall. We are all going to go home today with a vow that if I'm not going to wear it for 30 times, I'm going to donate it. And you need to stick by this. We are going to start this from our institute. This is where we belong. And we're going to make Sophia's proud. Because we are proud Sophians, right? So, we're looking at donate, recycle, because you need to consider the length of the whole garment when you buy it. Think about it. Don't just buy impulsively. Be responsible humans, right? Sir, next slide, please. That's it. I guess he's got no more. I have got no more. And I'm just going to say a big thank you for listening to me. Well, Hugo here tells me that we have students from at least 10 to 12 fashion institutes. Is it so?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not just Sophia's, but on behalf of all fashion designers. Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip!
Hooray!
Hip hip!
Hooray!
Are we going to start this movement from here?
Yes.
Bravo. God bless.
Thank you, ma'am. Could you please stay back on stage for just a moment? I'll request Dr. Manju Hundekar to present a small token of appreciation, gratitude to Ms. Krishna Mehta. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a round of applause once again for a very meaningful and inspiring presentation there.